Careful now.
I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Dad! Coming over!
Right, Pepe. Let's go and see what's up.
Hand over your purse, or you won't be leaving here alive.
Money? What do you need money for? By the looks of it, there's not much to buy around here anyway.
Nice try, you windbag. Now open up that purse before I open up your stomach.
I'm not giving you anything.
Go fuck yourself.
Привет, Серег.
That must be the poacher's camp. I've got to be careful now. Right, Pepe. Let's go and see Bostatic. found Pepik. The bandits had him, just like you said.
You have no idea how glad I am to see you, lads. Thanks, Harold.
You're welcome. And my name's Henry.
Ah, whatever. What did you do with those horse sons?
Nothing at all. I nicked Pepik right from under their noses. Nobody had to die.
If you can sneak around like that, you'd make a great huntsman. A shame you didn't get rid of those fuckers, though. I have a bad feeling about that punch. You're a real tough fella. I mean, you stink, and your shoulders are pointy. But a tough fella nonetheless.
Enough already.
All right, then. Will you ride with us? Or will we meet back at my place? We've got a lot to celebrate.
I'll ride with you. We wouldn't want you falling off that horse along the way.
Vostatek!
Zlata, my dear!
Vitek! Come here! Pa's home! Thank God you're all right. What happened?
Ah, nothing much. Some wolves went after the carcass I had and chased me up a tree. Good thing Henry here showed up to save me.
Mother of God! That could have ended badly.
What is it, Ma? He's fine, just like I said he'd be.
Vitek, don't be rude.
He's right, though. I'm mostly fine.
Don't talk rot. What about your leg? Don't tell me a wolf bit you.
Nothing like that. I did that jumping down from the tree.
Are you sure there were even any wolves to begin with? You reek of booze! Again, he was drunk, wasn't he?
That's not how you should talk to your father, lad. Your father strikes me as an honest man. He cares about his loved ones, whether he drinks or not.
I'm not surprised. I reckon you're quite the drunkard yourself. Excuse me. I have some work to do.
Thanks for your kind words, Henry. Pay him no mind.
That's enough talk. Henry, we've got to reward you somehow. If you ever need a place to sleep, our door is always open.
That's right. And you deserve a nice pile of groschen as well. I would have been happy to reward you for taking care of those poachers too. But even so, you won't leave here empty-handed. Horses are expensive, so you earned every groschen.
Thanks.
Now, if you'll both excuse me, I've got to sleep it off.
Thank you, Henry. Truly. Stop by sometime.
I'm looking for my dog.
What's that got to do with me? Everyone's looking for something.
I think my dog joined a pack of wild animals. I found a mauled deer near the spot he got lost.
Now that you mention that wolf pack, I've got it in for them. And I'm not the only one. They've been wreaking havoc around Simene, chasing after game. It's driving old Lord Simene mad. But you're telling me an ordinary mutt joined up with them?
I'll have to go and verify it. Thanks.
Folks say they're always prowling up in the woods and rocks above the pond in the evenings. If you want to find them, try looking around there before dusk.
Well then, does the best forester in the land have some problems I could help him with?
Henry, you buffoon! I'm not the best in the land, but I'm in these parts, though. Know why? Because I'm the only one here. Well, apart from Varel, that is.
So you don't have any problems?
As it happens, there is something. Recently, my supplies have been running out quickly for some reason. And you know how much I like a drink when I'm taking a break on the bench behind my house.
I don't, actually. I thought the time you spent up that tree was an exception.
On the contrary. So, I need to top up my supplies. Run along to Troskovitz for a bottle or two for me. Take this coin here.
And what would you like to drink, gamekeeper of Ostatek?
I call it the poacher's hideout. Mix a goblet of mead with wine, add a bit of saffron.
I've never heard of this poacher's hideout brew before.
Hold on! Poachers! I need help with poachers, the bastards. They think they can turn the woods into their own territory, but they won't get the better of me. I'll send you after them. You're hard as nails, you are. What's more, I'll give you a decent reward for getting rid of them vermin.
That sounds better.
Aye, so I don't forget. Hand back the coin I gave you for the booze.
Of course. Sorry. There you are.
Well, are you gonna do it?
I'll help you with the poachers. The hunters will become the prey.
That's the stuff. They should be trembling already.
Tell me where I can find the poachers, then. So I can pounce straight on them.
Hold your horses. I want them alive, not hacked to pieces. So don't butcher them.
I wasn't planning on killing them, you know.
Glad to hear it. You'd be surprised how many hotheads have offered to do just that. I've had enough of hearing, "They're all dead, Vostadek," and then finding out the smart arse spent the whole day in the tavern instead. So if you do kill a poacher, I want proof.
No gutting, you said. So that's settled.
Look, let's get to the point. We have to focus on Rock Tower Pond and the forests around it. That's where game's becoming scarcest.
Can I count on your help?
Ha, you bet. We'll divide it up into patches and make a noose no poacher will escape.
Patches? What do you mean?
I'll take the area around the gamekeeper's lodge, say. Maybe some poachers get the idea it's darkest under a candlestick. My helpers will search the smaller woods, and you take the rest. With those young legs of yours, you'll comb the forest nice and quick.
Aye, right. I get it. That's the best idea you could come up with, eh?
Aye, Henry.
Where should I look?
I already told you, didn't I? Stop being so scatterbrained, Henry.
Привет.
Try looking around Rock Tower Pond. To the west of the pond, there's some dense forest on the rocks. It's easy to find because there's a small ruined cottage below the woods. Otherwise, it's nothing but boulders and an easy place to break your leg. And someone like me, who likes a drink, well, you know.
I don't have the best memories of that place. We made camp there the first time we came to Trotsky region.
So you can be reminiscing there. Have a swim. It's a nice clean pond. I don't know why people don't fish there instead of poaching. Easier to catch a bite.
Once again, where should I look?
I told you, didn't I? You shouldn't be so scatterbrained, Henry. Try the west side of Rock Tower Pond.
Right, you did. Where should I take the poach?
To the Troskovitz bailiff. Look, I'll send him a message so he knows it would be just like him to let them go because you were acting without authorization.
Well, you could go with me.
And leave the lodge unattended? Not to mention that leg of mine since I jumped.
I understand. You'd rather stand... Let's say I go into the forest and come across...
The main thing is to make sure he really is the poacher. We'd have some explaining to do if you accused an innocent man.
That shouldn't be too hard. If he's hunting, I'll seize him. If he isn't, I'll leave him alone.
That's no way to go about it, Henry. You have to be certain, right? The Rock Tower poacher, say. He tends to spend the day holed up.
Сколько грамм кофе идет в мерной ложке? С горкой или нет? Куда идет?
So I won't be trudging around the pond at those times.
So the best thing would be to catch him in his camp?
Aye. He'll have dead animals, hides, bones, meat. He won't be able to talk his way out of that. Them poachers have also started using signs to mark their hunting grounds. They bend a branch of some pine to make a kind of circle. But what's the point of describing them, since I've got a few samples? They're at my cottage, next to the outhouse, where I have this lean-to. Take a look so you know what to watch out for.
I'll be off then.
Good luck, and let me know how it goes. I hope you give them what for, because I'm sick and tired of them. They've been at it for 2 months now. Or is it 4?
You can count on me.
Блять, накидал заданий нахуй.
You can't be here. You can't say you weren't warned. You can't just, you'll pay up and show me whether you stop.
Чего? Чего, блять? Предполагаю, мерные ложки-то кофе по смыслу одинаковый для американо, например. Ты там чё делаешь? Я не поняла. Просто, ну, если кофемашина нормальная стоит, то там засыпается где-то 17-18, типа, и проливается где-то от 36 до 40, там, 2 примерно. Да, американо, там 2 шота идет. 1 шот 20 миллилитров, где-то так. А чё? Смотри, что ты хочешь. Блять, а почему? Чё он на меня наехал-то, блять? Наверное, тут, да?
Ha! You pig! You got something against washing?
Специалисты, да.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Where can I sleep?
You can stay in the stable next to our lodge.
А, ебать. Ну ладно. В конюшне, кажется, я могу только поспать. Класс, блять. Да, в том... Год небольшой кофемашину. А, в том году небольшую кофемашину купил. Вот, думаю, правильно делаю кофе. Напиши, пожалуйста, название модели. Я тебе скажу, что это. Они просто все разные, бывают абсолютно. У тебя может быть там, типа, блять, там рожковая, капельная, какая она там, не знаю. Я сейчас помоюсь, заебал. Так лучше. Вроде бы лучше, как будто бы. Так. Можно отсюда на F сходить. А, мне торговец нужен сначала. Блять. Ну вот как обычно, нахуй. Сейчас гляну. А у нее есть дальше продолжение или нет? Типа вот это? Это капсула. Ну, это не другая. Просто если это капсулы, то это не тот кофе, который делается в кофейнях. Это домашний вариант. Сейчас тебе покажу, на каких мы делаем. Чем они отличаются. Это более сложные машины. К примеру... Сейчас. Вот, к примеру. То есть, видишь, ну, добывает 7 грамм. Короче, вот это... Блять, все из головы повылетало, сейчас вспомню. Короче, вот эти есть отдельно кофемолка. Ставишь сюда, туда вот ее. Засыпается там где-то 17-18 грамм. Темперуется. Ну, типа в таблетку. Вставляется сюда пролив. Где-то, ну вот, 38 до 40 фемта. Один шот это 20 миллилитров, по идее. То есть, прикиньте, из головы вылетела какая-то штука, называется. Есть, кстати. Ну вот это вот. Вот такие, типа, всякие. Это автоматы. Автоматы. Там же все просто. На более сложных машинах работаем. Не домашних вариантах. Ну, на ней можно вообще все сделать. А на такой, как ты скидывал. Я просто не знаю, там у него какое-то продолжение есть текста или вот так. Вот эти типа? Или какая? Ну. Чё? А меня спрашивают на стриме. Так у тебя же готовые капсулы. Чё ты спрашиваешь? Или тебе прям засыпать надо? А нахуя капсулы, если тут засыпать надо? Что-то я ничего не поняла. Нет, это же капсульная. Ничего не понимаю. Кофеварка. Адаптер. А, у тебя два в одном. Все, поняла. Да-да-да-да-да. Вижу. Ну, 17-18, по идее. Ну, американо это 2 шота. Короче. Как объяснить? Тут... Ну, вот сами общайтесь. У нас весы. Обычно по весам делаем. Ну, в нормальных кофейнях по весам делают и помал настраивают в течение дня по несколько раз. Я, блядь, шла. Я еще раз побегу. О, нормально. Возьми весы обычные, кухонные. Поставь эту хуйню на них, оттарь и засыпь где-то. Ну, ей средний помол нужен. Я не знаю. Сейчас Давид напишет. Ну, 17-18, наверное. Не знаю. Я просто в этих маленьких вообще, типа, не алё. Но если с профессиональной сравнивать, то, наверное, 17-18. Просто вот у этих групп, типа, группа называется, у нее идет как два носика, типа, с которых течет. И с одного течет один шот, со второй, типа. Ну, если в стакан оба налить, это 2 шота, типа. Ну, американо на 2 шотах делается. Чё сюда пришла? Продать, мне надо продать. Стой.
Greetings. What do you need?
У меня ебать много чего может продать.
My friend?
Это не у него. Да, 2 в одном. Батрак не хочет со мной разговаривать. Эти до сих пор хуярятся. Серьезно? А. Вы пили кофе и потом сразу запивали холодной водой. Что ты имеешь в виду? Имеешь в виду эспрессо запивали холодной водой или ты имеешь в виду что холодный? Американо? Что ты имеешь в виду? Блин, по идее, где-то здесь еще можно постираться. Но он меня заставляет, да, эспрессо попробовать с утра. Бог помощь. Ага, понятно. Так, блядь, мне может кто-нибудь купить товары? Сушильное, временное жилье. В этом городе нихуя нет. Что сюда идти?
be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
Да, кстати, кофе. У нее там кофемолка внутри или что? Блять. Справа.
Don't worry, lots of folk have that these days. But your position's right. You have to eat sensibly.
That's just what meine Frau makes me eat. All with... What the hell? Oh nein, du Bettler. Was willst du?
Show me your wares.
Весы дешевые.
Let's talk about the price.
Warum nicht?
Is this enough?
That's more like it. Lower your price a little more and we can make a deal. Ja, das ist gut. Finally a good price.
Вот это я богата. Так. Бой темно-зеленый.
What? Get out of here!
Отвечай. Отвечай в чате.
Could this be a poacher's workplace? Then the owner might not be far away.
Oh, it's just you.
Как голой затянулась. Блять, ну там их дохуя. Голой налетели. Все еще дуешь.
О, на тему.
На женщин.
На тему женщин, что их было мало. Не хватило, мне больше не надо. Не делай такие глаза. Делай другие глаза.
Не шути так.
Хорошо, как шутить?
Только не так.
Ну, смешно шутить.
Ну ты нормально шутишь, но это была страшная шутка.
Страшно.
Иди общайся.
that I hear?
A ravaged deer. It looks as if they were dragging it somewhere and it's snagged on something here. They were trying to drag this poor thing away somewhere. They can't be far from here. What? Mutt, come here. Good boy, good boy.
Извините, что вмешиваюсь, эспрессо. Извините. Профдеформация, да, называется? Ну, блядь, опять с волками драться заебали. Серьезно? Чего, блядь? Да ну нет! В смысле?
Sick!
Блядь, да я вас всех не убью нахуй, блядь. Да, блядь, где ты, барбос, ёбаный кросс великолепный, блядь. Сука. Да ну я не убью их всех, блядь. Блядь. Да как?
Heal.
Убей ты, ёбаный Индра, блядь. Сука ёбаная. Хорош. Теперь на того. Блядь! Иди нахуй, сука, псина ёбаная. Блядь! Иди нахуй. Иди нахуй, блядь. Пёс! Взять, блядь. Сиг, блядь. Быстрее сиг делай ему. Ебать, я еще и падаю. Охуенно. Ха-ха!
Ты это, не парируешь волков.
Как их парировать?
На ПКМ.
Я ПКМ жму, нихуя не парировать. Да, конечно, да. Ебать, блядь, пиздец. Да что за ебень, блядь? Каждый квест вот это ебень вообще. Я вообще-то хотела диалогами все решать, блядь. Хуй там. С волками, да, хотела поговорить вообще-то. Ну что ж, блядь. И чё я?
Шмот давно красный.
И чё? Как здоровье-то поднять?
Покушать есть что-нибудь?
Так я жру, не понимается. Я наелась. Попробуй подождать. Здоровье 0. Сейчас подожду еще. Видимо, забагалась. Ладно, дойду до куда-нибудь. Так, а где... Где-то у меня место для сна же есть. Вот.
You don't look to.
Я нихуя не вижу. Давай. Ура.
Good day. You silly doggy.
Хорош. Так, Барбос.
You little flea-ridden furball. Where have you been? What's that? Those wolves have turned you wild. Ah, I'm glad nothing happened to you. I was worried about you. Seriously, there wasn't a moment I didn't think about you. Oh, come here, you cute little monster. So, tell me, did you like it over there? Did you meet a pretty she-wolf over there? Oh, I'm just playing around. But did you miss me at least?
Собака вот разговаривала.
What? You didn't? Did you forget about me? Ah, so you're just kidding me, eh? Do you want to go back there? Or are you going to stay with me? I'm glad to hear that. So, we'll get down to work then, eh? There are a lot of things we must do. I think that's enough. It's great to see each other again, but it's time to go. I agree. Said like a true knight. Look what I have for you. There's something else I'd like to ask about the poacher I'm meant to find. I want to make sure I know all there is to know. Thanks. That's all. I'd like you to teach me something.
For a few groschen, it's no problem. What is this about?
Ну тебя нахер. Сейчас попробуем с помощью собаки пиздить всех. Угу.
Потому что на линку и смотрю, как ты не фрезер.
Что?
Мне показалось, что на линку твой стакан, сижу, пью твою голову и смотрю, как ты... Стакан твой не видит.
Налить. Налить. Тебе кола. Хочешь пустой стакан пить? Крекеры. Крецкеры. За 20 рублей.
А?
20 рублей.
120?
20.
А, это цены, упаковка, знаешь.
Не хочу пока.
Рыбка лучше.
Чё я так долго иду? Сейчас проверим Барбоса. Тест на Барбоса, да. Сейчас посмотрим.
Sick 'em.
Бля, они ухуярят. Они же его не убьют? Бля, он одного загасил, походу. Ебать, он имба. А, нет. Да, надо помочь.
Kiss your ass goodbye.
Блять.
Take that.
Не пытаюсь.
What's wrong?
Блять, он меня очень быстро загасил. Я не понимаю.
Очень быстро выдыхаешь, ты не можешь долго драться.
Я понимаю, и чё?
2 отошло.
Так я отхожу, они на меня идут и пиздят меня. Мне не дают отойти.
Good day. You have a kind master, eh? Much?
Here, Mutt.
I could eat.
I'd like you to teach.
What are you interested in?
Давай, похуй.
Can you show me how to hunt?
Great. Let's get to it. You silly doggy.
И чё мне это дало?
God bless.
Heal.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Good day.
Mutt! Mutt! Come here!
They've made up, and if only lying were the worst of it. But you know full well they steal and kill and rape poor defenseless
Good day
women.
to you.
That's a beautiful maypole you have there. You don't see that every day. I reckon all the other villagers must envy you.
They sure do. Them Geliovites try to steal it, but our fellas kick their asses. Why are you so interested in it anyway?
I know from experience how hard it is to guard a maypole like that. I used to stand guard myself.
Well, there you go. Then I'm sure you know what it's like to be envied by everyone around. And if someone had bad intentions, Henrik would show them how we do things here in Tachov. That's the one thing he's good for.
I wanted to ask about Henrik.
What about him?
Did he do something to you? Sounds like you're not exactly fond of him.
Aye, I'm not. He's been getting on my nerves ever since he got together with our Manka. I'm afraid he'll mess with her head and run off with her. Just like his bloody brothers did.
Where did they go?
What do I know? One day they just packed up and wandered off. Their village wasn't good enough for them, I reckon. I wouldn't mind if someone went and beat the thought of Manka out of his head. Maybe someone not from around here.
Why not? I could manage that.
He's not much of a fighter, but I reckon if you call him a vagrant or something, it'll surely rile him up. And I'll remember you did me a little favor.
What do you have for sale? I'd like to discuss the price.
All right, I'm listening.
How's this?
That's more like it. Lower your price a little more and we can make a deal.
I could go for that price.
And a good day to you, friend.
Who knows what's really in it and what they've made up? And if only lying were the worst of it. But you know full well they
Like I'm
steal and
invisible or
kill and
something.
rape poor, defenseless women. Protect your innocence.
You have a beautiful maypole.
Aye. And our fellas guard that.
But if they're guarding it, who's doing the other work?
That's why they take turns. Our El Sheik was guarding it, not at least he doesn't have the time to.
Do you know Hanyuk at all?
He started going out with our monka a while ago, but we put a stop to it. In short, he's not exactly the kind of.
Why? Did he do something to you?
I don't want him whisking Manka away, so we never see her again. His parents came here shortly after that terrible plague. There was a vacant farm, so they settled there. They had 3 sons, Hanyik being the youngest.
I haven't. Though I can't say I made an effort to.
Well, you couldn't have met them, even if you wanted, because they're not here. Both of them left. They say the younger one had a sweetheart in Troskovitz and took her with him. Nobody knows where they ended up.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You make a good point.
I'm telling you, one of these days, he's going to pack up and disappear. And I don't want him taking our monka along with him. He doesn't like folks talking about it. But wandering's in his blood, whether he likes. He's even got into fights over it. Just mentioning it is enough for him to clench his fist.
Project wants me to tan his hide.
Good. He deserves a good beating.
Is Al Sheik your son?
Aye, he's our boy. But he's giving Prochek a headache because he doesn't like having to herd sheep. Ask him about it if you want.
Greetings to you.
Fair maidens and women
Hey,
of virtue.
this
come
is your
around
famous
and listen.
maypole.
I have to warn you about the greatest evil and danger on God's earth.
God grant you health.
What a nice maypole. It'd be a shame if some...
What?
Nothing. Nothing. Really, very nice.
I'll say, the best in the country. Do you know why?
No.
Because it's the only one. We toppled the one in Zhelyov. Nobody gets the better of us. I don't think they're going to try anything after that beating anyway. Even if they do, Henrik will raise the alarm and we'll kick... What are you here for, friend?
I heard you could use a helping hand at the forge.
I could. My last 2 hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is piling up. Ah, what do they call you?
Henry.
I'm Radovan. You should know, Henry. The blacksmithing isn't for everyone. Have you done it before?
Yeah. I basically grew up in the forge. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged swords for the nobility.
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of experience will come in very handy for me indeed. As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semin. A fine sword.
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out first. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith, should it?
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
Great. Find some iron and get started then.
Iron?
You can't make a sword out of butter, but if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my forge.
We have a smooth.
Go over to the anvil and let's get started. furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up a bit larger. Try poking it around for a bit. Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above it. Give it a pull. It works bellow. You can tell the temperature by the colour, but you won't be able to tell when it's in the fire. You have to take it out from time to time and take a look. Try it out. See? That's exactly the straw colour we want. You've got talent, lad. Now heat up the whole thing. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it. Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times. See the sparks? That's the sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. What is it? Look, if you're tired, I don't think this is for you. What is it? You're not tired, are you? That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other. Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things, including myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side. Nice. Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway. It's cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all part of the craft. Now, get back to the forge and heat it all up again, like before. Thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. twice the sparks, you can tell a good strike by the sound it makes. Sparks. That's the stuff. See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a rhythm. When I hammer a piece to a beat, the work goes by easier. Sometimes I'll whistle to myself to keep the rhythm going. Nice whistling. There you go. You've got it finished. All that's left is to temper it, and the sword will be done. The rest is just tweaking.
You have a kind master, much?
Right. Let's have a look. Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
He'd certainly be happy to hear that.
If you carry on hammering as well as you did today, you've definitely got a job here. Even so, keep in mind, it's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same spot. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, you can't go wrong. Got that? Or is there something else you want to ask about?
Thanks. That's all I need to know.
You can sleep in the chamber by the woodshed. And there's a chest where you can keep your things. And of course, you can use the forge anytime you want. Any questions?
Where can I get materials?
You can buy some essentials from me. But if you want to make a fancy sword with lots of ornamentation, you'll have to look elsewhere. This is just a village, you know. The locals ain't after luxury. And they can't afford it neither.
What can I do with the items I've forged?
Well, you can sell them. Though you probably won't have much luck around here. But I'll happily buy some of the nicer things from you.
Where exactly is my bed?
At the side of the house. There are 2 doors and a wheelbarrow between them. You go in by the rear door, next to the woodshed. And you can put your things in the chest there. Don't worry, nobody'll steal them.
What now?
What do you think? You're not going to be idle. I'll find you some work to do right away. You're pretty good at swords, but what the locals really need is axes and horseshoes. Right. Here are some simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to look like. And some iron. You can get down to it right away.
Just like that? You aren't going to help me?
Sacre, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. I'm not going to look over your shoulder all bloody day. You take care of these smaller jobs. Forge away as long as you're able, and then sell it all. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again, I'll give you some more interesting work.
silly doggy.
Ну да, так-то норм заработок.
We should do something to Olbram's bull. But what?
That shepherd, Alshik, is he your son?
Aye, that's my boy. He's going to be really important one day. I arranged for him to learn from Bailiff Trush, so he'll have a better life. But now it's his turn to look after the livestock, so he can't go there. What a waste of time.
Listen, Prochek. Those Zeliovites are plotting something against you.
What? Bloody hell.
Old Olbram offered me some groschen to steal your maypole.
Damn it! That bitter old fool just won't give up. As if it wasn't enough that we fairly and honourably took theirs, and then fairly and honourably kicked their asses when they tried to take ours. It's a tradition. That's just how it goes. But for him to send some bloody outsider like that...
Hey, this bloody outsider just did you a favour and told you everything, though he didn't have to.
Aye, he did. I can clearly see he's an honest bloke, and we value honesty around here.
Thanks. I see the people from Takov are honest too.
That we are. Speaking of which, I reckon it would be fair to repay Olbram in kind. Let me know if you're interested. I came up with a nice little pastime that's sure to make Olbram shit himself.
So what should I do to the Zeliovites?
Listen up then. Old Olbram, the owner of the biggest plot of land in Zhelyov, has this beautiful bull. White as snow he is, the finest animal far and wide. Obviously, he's very proud of it. Very protective too. Now I mean you, will give his beautiful snow-white bull a nice new coat of paint. Olbram is going to lose his mind. Simple, right?
Painting a bull, eh? That sounds like fun.
Right. We just have to work out a few details. First, we have to get some paint. I don't reckon we'll be able to get any here in the village, but you can try and ask Bartoszek, the tailor in Trotskovitz. I hear he dyes his own fabric. And after that, we'll have to make sure the bull stays still while you're painting it. Try asking Radovan, the local blacksmith. I hear he can make some kind of sleeping potion. If you pour it in the bull's water trough, I'm sure it'll do the trick. But watch out. That beast is enormous. You'd better put at least 3 doses of the potion in there.
All right then. Olbram's bull will be getting a new coat of paint.
Olbram's going to lose his mind. I can't wait. And remember, it's supposed to be a joke. If you get caught or something goes wrong, the whole thing will be ruined.
Right. So I need paint, sleeping potions, and to not get caught.
What's the hold-up, innkeeper?
I need something that'll put animals to sleep. Prochek said you might know something.
Did you get tired of blacksmithing and take up farming instead? I just happen to know of something. I used a concoction that will put even a startled mare to sleep in no time. I once accidentally drank some and slept for 3 days. But the recipe is an old blacksmith's secret. The kind you don't just give away. You're in the trade, so I can tell you. Listen up then. You take some poppy and thistle and boil them in oil. Then, after it cools off, you add a little herb Paris.
That doesn't sound too complicated. Thank you. I've heard you dye your own fabric.
I used to. I tried a few times, but I had to give it up. Troskovitz is on a hill, and there's not enough water for that. Why'd you ask?
I'd like to buy some pigment.
I see. Well, perhaps I could find some leftover black. If you have enough groschen, it's yours.
All right, here's the money.
And here's the paint. Be careful not to stain yourself. Quality material like this doesn't come off easily. Is that all, or is there anything else I can do for you?
Jesus Christ be praised.
Greetings, innkeeper. I've come to apologize for the fight we caused. And also to ask if there is anything I can do to help.
Latch in the stable when the horses bolted, lad.
How so? Did something happen?
I had a couple cumans come in here and get in a brawl with the locals. What the hell did I do that people fight in here all the time?
Did anyone get hurt?
Bah! They broke a couple of pictures and Wojtek took a punch in the gob, but nothing else. Go and see Wojtek if you want. Maybe he'll tell you more than I can.
Lord be with you.
You look like you got a solid beating.
To hell with that. The main thing is we kicked those human fuckers out of our tavern. But still, I'd sleep better knowing someone made sure they don't come back ever again.
Someone like...
Like me?
What an idea. At least you'd show you're worth your salt. After what you pulled last time, your reputation could use a bit of polishing.
All right then. I'll take care of the cumans.
Excellent. I don't care what you do with them. Just find their camp and make sure I never see them again. Got it? Seems they came from Samin. Try asking there. Someone must have noticed that rabble.
What's that? I must be mad. What the?
Good afternoon.
Show me your wares. A word about the price.
Warum nicht? Aye, you'll convince me with that price. Doing business. Take care. Was wünscht?
I'll have a look at...
Schade. Wiedersehen.
dick! Heal.
Greetings. Do you need something?
I'd like you to teach me something.
Sure, why not? If you pay me, I'll... What are you in...
So, how are you doing?
Well, not bad, all things considered. I mean, with all that happened over the past few days.
I understand. I didn't want to upset you. I was just wondering if you had everything you needed, and so on.
You're so sweet, but we're doing all right. Don't worry about us. What we need and can't make ourselves, we buy. We earn some coin from my baskets and Mother's medicines, but mostly we live off what the forest provides. Ma taught me about every flower, root and mushroom, so I pick a lot of things. Ma can cook a hare like no one else, so I bring a lot of them. I can hit one at 30 paces. Sometimes we even eat venison. I can shoot a deer at 50 paces, but don't tell anyone.
Of course. You can trust me. Hitting a hare at 30 paces. That's some serious... Perhaps you could teach...
I'd be happy to, but don't expect any miracles. You just need to... And when you live alone in the forest, you've got plenty of time for that.
Can you spare a while? What will you two do next? You and your mother?
Honestly, I have no idea. I'll take care of Ma and learn everything she knows. Not long ago, I thought me and Roman that we could have a life together. But now I know how folk here will never accept us.
What about other places? You could move somewhere else.
No, Henry. People are the same everywhere. Suspicious and hateful of everything that is even a bit different. I'm sick of it.
I'm very sorry about Roman. How did you two meet?
Roman was pretty much the only person who would talk to me in Troskovitz. He was always very nice to me. We met when the old butcher's wife wouldn't pay me for a basket. Roman told her my work was worth the same whether I lived in Troskovitz or not. He paid for the basket himself.
Sounds like Roman was a decent bloke.
Aye. He always tried to help everyone. And he didn't judge people just by their blood or the place they came from.
What had happened with Yakesh back then, when they drove you out? I'd like to know how you remember it.
I was just a little girl, but I remember something went wrong with the childbirth. Yakesh called Ma and me too late. And when we arrived, there was already a lot of blood. I was boiling water and changing bed sheets, while Ma was with Ludmilla. The baby didn't want to come out. It was a dreadful struggle. Eventually they pulled it out, but it was all... It didn't come out in one piece. Ludmilla was screaming terribly. Yakesh walked in, and when he saw his son, I swear to God, I saw his soul leaving him. It wasn't our fault.
I know. But they drove you out all the same.
Aye. They burst into our cottage that evening. They beat even now. I sometimes wake up in the middle of the night. I'd rather die than live through anything like that again.
Is that why you killed Otter?
No. I killed him because he deserved it. For what he did to my Roman.
I'd like to learn something.
And what would you like?
What do you have for sale? Let's talk about the price.
All right. Aye, that sum will convince me. Good day to you.
God be with you.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
You have a kind master, eh, Doggy? You silly doggy.
I surely messed that up.
Потому что измельчать не надо было. Ой, блядь, ладно. Сейчас. Так, масло. Мак, чертополох. Не измельчать. Вороне измельчить.
With fresh herbs, it would have turned out better.
Что еще надо? Вы что, ёбнулись? Так, подожди. Да, прежде чем рисовать... Что 3 на такую-то махину. Получается, у меня, скорее всего, в сумке лежала одна. Скорее всего. Да. Значит, мне еще одну надо. А у меня вообще хватит? Вороне есть. Мак 1 есть. Ну, мне хватит. Ладно, давай. Еще раз. Получается... Ой. Чуть не перепутала, нахуй. Так. Мак чертополох. Не измельчаем. Мак. Подожди, нет. Вот. Так, сначала масло. Мак. Кладем вниз. Так. Вверх. Чертополох. Кладем вниз. Вверх. Так, вороний глаз измельчаем. Высыпаем. Вниз. Я уже выучила, блин. Наверх. Бакон. Налить.
It's no wonder it turned out bad with such dried up herbs.
Да похую. Так. Теперь. Поняла, поняла. Вроде никого нету. А. Давай до ночи подождем.
Are you waiting for the sun to come up?
Видно, нельзя. Ну ладно. Теперь-то можно? Блять. Где бык-то?
Greetings. You silly doggy.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Good day.
Greetings to you.
You have a kind master, eh, doggy? Don't you dare piss on something. You better call back.
Чё это я перегружен? Интересно.
Get out! Aye, that's right. Just go away. Good day to you.
Good day.
What?
God.
Doggy. Good boy.
Huh?
Greetings to you two.
What?
That's it. Go now.
Нет, не засыпай.
Getting quite tired.
What's that you're doing? You can't be here.
All right. What am I gonna do with you? Aye. This'll be good.
Well, what's it gonna be? Come on, hurry up. This is tiresome.
I could lay down for a bit. I could lay down for a bit. Christ, I need some sleep.
Christ be praised.
Look, I don't want to put the squeeze on you, but when are you going to pay me back?
Excuse me. I know. It's always on my mind. I promise. Back this time next week.
It's done. Olbram's bull isn't as white as he used to be.
I knew you wouldn't let me down, mate. Olbram must be having a fit. I can almost see it.
To hell with the fucking pricks. The lousy city-eater.
That's not what I meant. Aye. Something like that. Until they caught me, that is. But don't worry, I didn't rat you out.
At least that. I reckon Olbram will mouth off about it. But there's nothing he can do without proof. They didn't beat you up, did they?
Don't worry. I'm fine.
All right, then. You did what I asked, so we're even. And since you already got caught up in our little dispute, maybe you can help me with something else.
So, what can I help the Takovites with this time?
We're planning to meet with the Geliovites in the pasture that they keep arguing with us about. We'll sort it all out with them there. Nicely. Man to man. Wouldn't you like to join us?
Why not? After painting that bull, it would actually be quite a pleasant change to talk things over face-to-face.
Aye. Talk. We'll get into a huge argument and then start punching each other in the gob. So then, should I send for Olbram so we can get going?
Wouldn't you rather call an end to this endless feud with the Geliovites? That way, you'd each have half of the pasture, and everyone's happy, no?
Chance would be a fine thing. Olbram will never give up. He says the whole pasture is his.
The borders by the orchard, that's where I got my ass kicked.
Who knows what the old fool got his ass kicked for back then.
You should talk to the bailiff and get him to support you.
Thrush! He already said ages ago he doesn't want to get involved. He even threatened us with the stocks if we keep bothering him.
Well, as you wish. You know what? I'll go have a talk with Thrush. Would you wait for me for a bit?
All right, but don't get your hopes up. And don't you go get...
Praise the Lord.
Good to see you, friend.
Take a look at this.
I came because of the arguments between Takov and Zhelyov.
What happened this time? Did all Bram piss in Project's ale barrels again like last year?
No, but they're getting ready to meet up and beat each other up.
Let them do it then! Maybe a few knocks to the skull will do them good, and they'll leave me alone.
How did the arguments between the Takovites and Zhelyovites start, anyway?
What do I know? I was a young lad back then, but it's all because of that bloody pasture. Both villages claim that it belongs to them, but nobody has any evidence. So they split it in half, but neither side is particularly happy about it.
Shouldn't you find out who the damn pasture belongs to, then, Bailiff?
Why should I? Let them eat each other, for all I care. In the worst case, I'll...
Wouldn't it be nice for the Takovites and Zhelyov? Do you really need to get involved in some
Not the youngest?
No, wait. Lord von Berghoff would surely be glad you're taking...
You think so? After all, who else but a wise and kind bailiff? How the fuck am I supposed to find out who the pasture belongs? I looked in the Chronicle. Things like that tend to be there. But Bailiff Brada, who was here before me...
Then let me have a look. I may not be mad.
You want to touch such a rare book with those filthy peasant hands? Have you lost your mind?
Filthy peasant hands? If there's anything actually useful in the Chronicle, I'll...
Fine, have it your way. Maybe you'll manage to make some sense of Brada's bullshit. But if I find out you've even opened that book too harshly...
I'd like to buy something.
If it's a tradesman you're after, your best bet is to ask our merchant Jörg. He knows everyone. I'm sure...
What's new, Bailiff?
Nothing special, fortunately. It's peaceful here, and, well, that's how it was.
Thanks.
What can I do for you?
As the local scribe, you know a lot of things, right?
I'd say so. In this province, not a squirrel farts without my knowing.
Right. So, if I needed to get some...
Depends on what you're looking for. Don't involve me.
No, don't worry. I'm just looking for some armor.
Armor? Well, unless you want to join von Bergau's retinue, but try Radovan, the blacksmith in Takov. Aha! So, the good man is a connoisseur, eh?
Whose armor?
Oh, it's just a local legend.
What legend?
It's hard to explain. There are actually two legends. Why are you so interested anyway? Fine armor like that belongs...
That may be true. But even the finest armor has to pass... Well, I might be only an apprentice. But
Well, that is pretty wise of you, all right. So, in short, they say the armor of ancient Bohemian Prince Brunswick is hidden here, waiting for some valiant knight to find it. I don't believe it, of course. After all, I'm educated. But you'd be surprised how many fools have set off to find it.
Who exactly was this Brunswick?
You don't know, lad? Educate yourself. Brunswick...
Really? How is it?
Perhaps because he never existed. Prince Vladislav II got the lion for our coat of arms for helping Emperor Frederick I, known as Redbeard.
But you just said that...
Brunswick is just a legend, but a quite lovely one, I'll give you that.
Could you recount for me the legend of Brunswick?
Well, why not? Brunswick was a valiant Bohemian prince. he lived in a time when our country had an eagle on its coat of arms, but that wasn't good enough for him. So he decided to head out into the world and gain the mark of a more powerful animal.
A man after my own heart.
You may think so, but his wife was none too happy. Her name was Ludmilla, and she begged Brunswick 100 times to stay home, but he just couldn't be persuaded. Still, he loved her very much, so he took her ring and told her that unless someone came and showed her that ring during the next 7 years, she should wait for his return. But if he failed to return after 7 years, that would mean he would never return.
Then what happened next?
Brunswick's party set out to sea, but didn't get far. They were drawn in by an island with a mysterious mountain of amber that holds all ships and prevents them from leaving. Over time, the men on the deserted island died of starvation, leaving only Brunswick, who noticed that once a year a great bird called No came to the island to hunt. And so the clever knight hid in his horse's hide at just the right time. And when the bird came, it mistook him for prey and carried him away. So Brunswick wandered on. After some time on the road, the prince came across something unprecedented. A duel between a lion and a 9-headed dragon. So, what do you think Brunswick did at that moment?
Well, considering what he later added to the coat of arms, I expect he helped the lion, eh?
Smart. Brunswick rushed to help the lion, and together they killed the dragon. And from that time on, they were stalwart companions. The lion even followed him all the way back to Bohemia. Except, by then, it was already too late. It had already been exactly 7 years to the day since Brunswick set off on his journey. His wife, Ludmilla, who had until that time valiantly resisted all suitors, was about to remarry. But at the wedding feast, Brunswick managed to drop the ring in her cup, so it all turned out well. For Brunswick, that is. Not so for Ludmilla's new groom, but the lion took care of that.
Where did Brunswick's armour come from?
It is said that George the Lion of Württemberg brought it here. He was the nephew of Lord Chenyak of Württemberg, who built Trusky. This George spent a lot of time with King Wenceslas. A suspiciously long amount of time, if you know what I mean.
I think I get the picture.
And it is said that one day, a lion escaped from the king's menagerie, and George overpowered it with his bare hands and laid it at the king's feet, still alive. As a reward, Wenceslas gave young Württemberg the name Lion and the armour of his ancestor, Prince Brunswick. Only Sir George didn't live to enjoy it for long. He caught the plague at a tournament abroad and died on his way back to his king. Specifically, while visiting his uncle here at Trusky. Of course, the king wanted his armour back, but Lord Chenyak didn't want to give it to him, claiming he had the hereditary right to it. It looked like Wenceslas would lay siege to Trusky, but fortunately Lord Chenyak was completely destitute by then, so he sold all of Trusky and the armour to the king.
Chenyak was broke. How come?
Because of building his castle. Trusky may be impressive, but it's too expensive for a nobleman. Even the king had difficulty paying for such a castle.
Well, if the king was so endeared with Brunswick's armour, why did he leave it here?
Because he didn't have any choice, my friend. He never found the armour. Lord Chenyak was as cunning as a fox. While he did leave the armour here, he never told anyone where. It's said he hid it so it could only be found by a true knight, each piece in a different place. Or so they say round these parts. Who knows if there's any truth to the tale?
And do you know where I could find Brunswick's armour?
Yes, lad, if it even really exists. But I do have a little bit of advice for you. Sir Chenyak, who they say hid the armour, left behind a riddle. It's a test that must be passed by whoever wants to find it. Do you want to hear it?
Then how did that riddle go?
Wait, How was it? I've got it. Take your leave of crone and maiden, standing tall behind the gates. Boldly go towards true midnight. In caverns cold your prize awaits. Pass through the all of forest kings, hidden deep from hunter's gaze. Standing tall, 2 guards of stone, behind whom yearned for treasure lays. Between them stands a mighty rock, a subtle niche, yet deeper still, a place to give one's art to God. Behold, my armor gleaming still.
The crone and the maiden towards midnight. We've got east, west, midday, midnight. Bloody hell! I think I know where it is.
Really? Well, seems you've got something between your ears then, lad. And you know what? I've got something else for you. Sir George, who previously owned the armor, wanted to have a nice poleaxe made in Prague too. But he died of the plague. I'm not too certain about Brunswick and his armor, but this is certainly true, because here, take it, as a keepsake. And now, go. What will it be?
I'll have a look at the wares.
Take care then, and thanks for nothing.
This Latin phrase looks important. Otherwise it wouldn't be written in red, would it? Fecit ordinem in region ope claviferae. I should try to find somebody who could translate it for me.
What do you need, my friend?
I need to translate something from Latin. You're an educated man, aren't you? Would you help me?
Why not? It's nice to see simple folk wanting to get educated.
Maybe I should read it again.
As you wish.
Actually,
what would you like?
I need to translate.
What is it you need?
Fecit ordinem in regione ope claviferae.
That's definitely Latin, but what could it mean? In regione is obvious. That's in the country or region. Fecit ordinem is something like to bring order. And claviferae means iron spike or maybe nail. So, brought order to the region with the help of an iron nail. Where did you hear that nonsense?
That's not important. The main thing is I know...
silly doggy.
Look what I have for you. Here, mutt. Look what I have for you. Here you go. Take it. Search. Well, I found this somewhere else entirely. Mutt won't be able to sniff anything out from here. I should go back.
Поставчик. Ну да. Защитник. Не могу понять, что еще вообще. Легкий сет. Так. Я же живой гость еще, надеюсь. Ну да. Мне, значит, надо... Меня не слышно? Все ок. Сейчас услышишь. Короче, пастбище нужно. Может, где-то тут? Вот, сейчас. Что тут задание? Типа сделать. Можно пойти. И тут какое-то дерево. Странным образом. Это яблоки жрал тут. Тут он насрал. Граница пастбища между Аховом и Железом должна быть отмечена железным гвоздем. Ебать, гвоздь еще. Интересно, какого он вообще найти? Нихуя. Может, это гвоздь в дереве? Как я, блядь, должна понять? Тут яблоки валяются, явно что-то. Тут, видимо, для антуража, блядь, валяется. Ну вот Тахов и Желеева. Ну, должно быть вот здесь где-то. По идее. И что? Межевой гвоздь на пастбище. Что? Что это вообще значит? Ну, я понимаю, что это. Как я это найду, блядь?